stuff like that, and just get Chow to level 4, it can be really strong at the first turtle fight. Again, that aligns with entire Team Hack's playstyle.
Yeah, we haven't seen Selena nor a few of the other heroes
Julian.
that could complement this mid lane show. So with that being said, we look to the bans to see exactly what these teams are planning. There goes the Martis, there goes the Valentina.
I think they're going to go for either an Akai ban or I think Akai just I don't know why, okay? Because if you look at the composition, they just want to dive in. They don't want to face something like an Akai in the jungle. They would much rather have something like a Fredrin or just a carry jungler. That would just be the best case scenario for Team Hawk. But they're still respecting the Kufra. They're still thinking that the Kaja can be flexing in the jungle, so that's why. But now it's all done, right? Yaoi not going to get the comfort pick.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, like, they're banning like this because everything can flex. Right, Kaja can go jungle. The next thing you know, you're gonna have, and we're talking about Kartese playing to the team now, right? So
yeah. That's not it. There is history of NQT playing a gold lane Yu Zhong. So maybe that's the next level. Maybe that's the next layer here of Echo adjusting to this best of one meta in this current BO5. But again, I think that they might be overthinking if they do that, because now it's Team Hawk who's having them on tilt. It's like, so where's this Cho gonna go? Where's this Hilda gonna go? Can confirm though, not a gold lane Cho. There's the Beatrix.
Here we go. The Beatrix pick coming out for the side of Team Echo. Are they gonna pick some carry now this time for the jungle? Oh, it's Brody and Fredrin. So very standard picks to the meta. Actually, a tank jungler into a hyper carry marksman on the gold lane.
It's pretty scary now for Echo because in the later stage, they're going to have to rely 100% or just 80% towards the Yve. Brody needs to snowball early, and look at the composition. Team Hawk's going to have a lot of early pressure to try to negate that Brody in lane. If Beatrix, or they could just swap.
Again, the Malaysian
swap.
Yeah.
But the same thing is, Echo is well prepared for that, right? We've seen that in game 1. You know, like obviously, actually it was game 2. I think that was the Malaysian switch first showed up. And then they prepared it really well, so you can see the last pick right here. What is it going to be?
The choice is mine.
The Xavier.
So now the only real question is Rome Hilda or Rome Cho?
Wait. Okay.
Rome Hilda.
XP Cho, Rome Hilda.
All right.
There you go. There's your answer.
You always want to put Min on a hero that really just, you know, gets vision, gets in your opponent's faces. Make sure that Gary gets the carry.
Yeah. Is it going to be a damage Chow in the EXP lane or a hybrid, you think?
I think just full tank at this point. It's still going to be full tank.
Or the emblem could define.
True. We'll see what emblem he goes for, right? If he goes for damage, I guess he's trying to just burst the Yve down or the Brody. But if he goes for tank, it's a bit more reliable when it comes down to the long team fights. Just, again, we're seeing the support coming in from both of the teams. Tennis Indoor Sanayan for both Echo and Team Hawk. Let's give it up one more time before we get into the decider. Back to a best of one. Game number 5 in the land of Dawn.
Look at the start here for Gary. Gonna start up his purple. Same for Kartese. But again, Min just, at this point, Echo just knows that this is how Min is gonna play this Hilda.
Yeah. And I gotta give the draft actually to Team Hawk for picking up Xavier in the end. If you look at the entire side of Team Echo, who's gonna get on this Xavier?
Yu Zhong.
Yeah, sure, Yu Zhong, but you have to go through a lot of vision, right? Because you know exactly where Yu Zhong's coming. You have Hilda, you have Chow, who's not gonna lose lane that much. So if Yu Zhong's gonna be rotating, Chow's gonna tell his team, hey, by the way, there's a dragon coming your way, so be prepared.
I guess at that point they're just hoping that Sanford, again, makes the wrong call and is just left with nothing. Because that happens. We've seen that happen many times in this series so far.
They did swap, by the way.
They did swap, yep.
But I don't think it's a good lane for the Beatrix up against the Yu Zhong. You can already see it. And in the gold lane, Benny is actually going to be able to shout some damage back in. Lola losing onto the trade despite having a 2v1.
You know, the swap philosophy is very, very interesting right here. Because Beatrix, again, is going to fall behind in the lane. Because Team Farm as well, compared to the Brody. But the thing about this game is Brody late game is going to be much less scarier compared to Beatrix, right? Because Beatrix, after you get those 3 core items, the Cauldron Size, the DHS, the Golden Staff, he's going to one-shot the Frederick.
Yeah, so it's going to come to Team Hawk maybe making the decision to switch up like they did previously in the series, right? They do the Malaysian switch to start, and then they eventually course correct. We'll see if that same call happens here. Something else to note, the lack of gold in the early phase that the Beatrix will suffer might be worse given that it's a weapons master Beatrix.
Absolutely. Now, first Turtle's coming up. And it seems like Team Hawk, again, has better map control in this area. Look at Hilda.
Well, they are playing for that XP lane because of Panda, so they will have a little bit more room to play with. Look at the invade right now with Divine Judgment popped in. Gary finds the top of the blades, gets out, is able to actually secure the purple buff despite having that invade onto him. And Echo just moved back. CallTZ doesn't have the retribution, Gary doesn't have it too, but they're still trying to go for the turtle.
You'll say no harm, no foul, but that might be what they're setting up for. The ult and the lack of retribution. Here comes the Black Dragon form.
No contest for Team Hawk.
It's clean.
It's just clean, you know? It's just a contest up top, though. That's the Petrify and Furious Dive. Panda losing a whole lot of HP as Min jumps in, trying just to dish out a bit more damage with Ultimate 2. That's the Dawning Light coming through. Not able to connect Sanford with a very good sidestep. And it's still Echo grasping onto that 500 gold lead.
Ooh, TikTok Live Carnival for the M4 playoff. Come to TikTok to cheer for M4. Not only have exclusive custom skins, you also have a bunch of other stuff to make sure you show up.
Yep, and again, thanks to Gang. Dave, what do you feel about that first major rotation with the turtle? Right before Echo makes a play, can they get it?
Oh, Divine Judgment brings Man over to his own turret there. Lola actually going to be able to find a Ji Kundo, and that's going to be the Dawning Light securing first blood. Gary still onto Benny. That's going to be stun coming in by Benny. Gary with the Path of Blades is able to actually cancel it out. Gets the kill down. Lola flickering out, taken low, but he is safe. 2 for 1. Team Hawk with the better value.
They definitely traded. Now getting the Brody taken down. Brody's strong early game. Should kind of stop that momentum and allow BH to safely farm. That's going to be really good. Look him in though. Just being a nuisance to the entire side of Echo. I got to say the first rotation for the entire side of Echo is pretty smart. They made it the jungle, take the blue away. Look at the damage.
Did they succeed?
From Savior.
Oh yeah, no, that's Gary. Let's grab that purple.
CallTZ was actually able to secure it, yeah? Against Gary here, who didn't have the retribution on time. Again, in this game, it does feel like Team Hawk are getting a lot of kills, and I do feel like for the Beatrix, it's not going to be an XP lane Beatrix the entire game. It's just going to be the XP lane Beatrix up until the 5th minute. Then they're going to swap.
At the 5th minute, though, the gold cards and the XP cards, they don't exist anymore. So again, I think it really was the intention to win the lane. And so far, they're making it there, but they're not converting to much because again, the major objectives are going to Echo.
Yes, I mean, and Echo's playing really smart again in this game, right? Their rotation, they're playing the Hawk game in a sense, where taking aggressive to your own jungle, taking lane's jungle, no lane's weak in jungle, have to use the retry just to secure objectives. You can now, because of the early play from CallTZ, from Team Echo, now Ling is forced to not contest any objectives, but to go to the other side to steal scraps, really, right? 1 or 2 small camps.
Slowly but surely, they're starving Gary, and it may seem like Echo, 5 minutes in, found their way back into the series.
Here in the mid lane, you can already see some damage being placed down, but CallTZ on the Fredrin, he can just soak that damage in. Min and Gary will not be able to actually dish out as much as CallTZ sustains, especially when he's already he's very tanky now actually. Steals the purple buff away, and like you mentioned, Gary is not getting a say in the game right now. Divine Judgment pulling Min back. That's the real world inflation popped in as well. Gary, with the time of the blades, isn't able to dish out as much damage as he would want to.
Yep, and all this time, THQ making the most of it. Panda was pushing up top. That's a tier 1 going down.
And that's very important, tier 1. We saw this happen in the previous game, what tier 1 top happened, and then it's tier 1 bottom, but here go Minlay.
Beautiful cancel for that way the dragon, man. It was looking bad, but wait. CallTZ solo? 1v1, Panda taken down in the XP lane as Gary looks for a trade here. Oh, that's the cutoff. Yaoi fighting the sandwich maneuver, holding on. No, doesn't have the Divine Judgment actually. Gary gets out with the Finch Poise.
Oh, here we go. The split push meta from Hawk now. You know, actually, a little bit of uncharacteristic from each side. They're playing each other's game in a sense, right? We know Echo to be the split push, but now it's the other side from Hawk. They're playing Ling. Oh, here we go. Yaoi, he does have the ultimate, does have the flicker though.
Not enough damage between the three of them down there. And it's impressive how Carl TZ has gotten to this level, right?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, stealing things away as much as he could from Gary. And yeah, Sanford so far did so well to keep Panda down Mom. And now here's the eventual course correction. And Carl TZ is not letting go, man.
Oh, here we go.
Lola able to find the way the dragon, but the Victor White connects Sanford in the 2v1 right now. Lola still able to knock him up. Temper the Blaze as well, but the sustainability of Sanford is dealing so much right now. Lola gonna be caught, has the Shunpu, gets out, but Sanford is outplayed in 2v1. Sanji rotating, picking up a kill. The Sand combo, as that's gonna be Lola knocking Sanji up. Sanji still looking for the skill shot right now as Lola tries his best to sidestep. The Sand duo picks up a double.
And that's why Sanji plays carry mid. He's so accurate on everything he does. Look at those pinpoint accuracy on skill 1 here. Oh, flicker from Yaoi coming to the middle.
And that's Yaoi backing off the damage from the Dawning Light and from Min, just poking him back.
All right, so already we can say clearly Echo ahead. And look at this, 4v1. Can Carl TZ survive?
Oh, yes, he can. The Appraiser's Wrath gets him the HP back, but not for long. Not long enough for the other members to come through, but Sanji wants revenge. Man is down, and Echo are still holding on to the lead, even forcing more from Team Hawk.
That's a man down. I was just about to say before the Saver, bit the dust, there is some signs of life from Team Hawk, despite being down about 4K here, 8 minutes in. Man is their late game insurance policy. The fact that he can defend from anywhere and help open up the map alongside Gary could be their ticket into staying in the upper bracket.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, yes, right now the way it's going towards Echo. Here comes Steel Play-Doh.
Oh, Sanji's actually going to be the one engaging here.
Man.
The real world, but oh my god, it almost just takes man down. Benny with the flicker, and Lola with the way the dragon, but it's only on to Yaoi. A misplay here as it's man down again.
You were saying, Dave?
Oh, I was just saying that late game, that Team Hawk might have the late game insurance to actually make a comeback. But right now, because the play the entire set of Echo's making, it doesn't seem like the insurance is going to do much.
And so far, Echo has not let go. Again, for the longest time in the series, game 3 and 4, Echo was down. Now they are back in the driver's seat, 5K ahead. Gary already making a cut deep up top, but that's not going to stop Echo from taking this tier 2 turret. Echo is feeling it. They're not going to the lower bracket. They have recovered, but Team Hawk, it's not too late just yet.
Yeah, they need a few minutes for Team Hawk though. Right now, Beatrice is not online yet. You can see even though she was there in the team fight, but she couldn't do significant enough damage in a short period of time. And look how tanky the entire Echo is, right? Yaoi is tanky, Carl TZ is tanky, even Sanji, you know, as the one of the tankiest mains, should I say, in the entire game. I mean, this gotta go to like, what, 15 minutes at this point in order for Team Hawk to stay in this game.
For a chance even to think about it, right?
Yes.
So how do they stay alive for 15 minutes? Well, number one, yes, continue cutting the lanes. Because again, at least Gary's making a leeway, took that tier 1 down bottom. But that aside, maybe defend from the base. I'm wondering what Man has built so far. Last we checked, I think, he had 2 major items, right? The Enchanted Talisman and the Clock of Destiny. Because that's going to be the major difference. At least Team Hawk has good wave clear.
They do. Bennett plus Xavier, plus also, I don't know if I want to say a solid front line, right? They have Min, and they also have, oh, that's a damage show, by the way, right? So I don't know about the front line, man. That's going to be Divine Judgment, pulling Man back, and that's not what you want if you're Team Hawk. Exactly what you want if you're Echo. They're going onto the base. That's so much damage.
They want to end.
Onto Man, and once again, Gary's going to fall. Benny is massive.
GG!
Echo end the game! They recover and they secure it in a best of 5. 3-2. They send Team Hawk to the lower brackets.
What's going on in the crowd? More than just the team members of Echo, it looks like our audience here in Sinayan are all in. Echo goes through, staying in the upper bracket while dropping Team Hawk into the lower bracket to fight for tournament life.
What a series. The first full best out of 5 series. Are we going to see this again in the entire upper bracket? Team Echo, this game, even though the Gib held up, but they played their own game. They played aggressive with the Fredrin. And the Brody, the full dive, they're committed to the textbook style, and look what it has done.
It's been a while since I've seen a Brody that welcomes the aggression, that actually knows its job, because usually when you pick a Brody, it's because the opponent has picked a Ling or a Hayabusa to try and stop it, or like a Lancelot. But here, it looked like Benny Cutie understood that he was a mobile turret. He knew that as long as I win my lane, Carl and I guess Sanji at this point can just win everywhere else.
The second Gary lost the purple buff, I think it was just really tough for Team Hawk. Their composition was really banking on the fact that Gary is able to at least scale properly, right? Get to those item power spikes. But the reverse sweep is denied by Echo as they walk back here. You can see them on the stage, loud and proud.
That's the victory march by the runner-ups from MPL Philippines. The return of Carl TZ to the world stage. Took a while, was a long way around to their winning ways, but still, I mean, how often can you say that in a single day of competition, as a jungler, you were able to play, what, about 4, 5 different heroes? That's just the way Echo plays. Mirko, Assassin Dave, and Leo from the desk, it's been an honor. Let's throw it over to our analysts. Trex, how's it going?
Leo.